Hi, I'm Dr. Tanya Mueller, and today I will be speaking to you about some general characteristics of primates. Essentially, what we're going to accomplish today is a broad overview of primates as a whole. Primates have a suite of characteristics that reflect their arboreal heritage. Now, evolutionarily, primates didn't start to what we would call adaptively radiate until about 65 million years ago, when the meteor struck and dinosaurs, we had this great mass die-off of dinosaurs that opened up ecological niches and also ushered in a new period with respect to plant characteristics, and that is the rise of angiosperms, or flowering plants. And so primates evolved hand in hand alongside the evolution of plants that bear fruit, specifically like fruit trees and such. And so many of their adaptive characteristics both benefit them living in trees, but also benefit them with respect to being able to distinguish fruit. And so this includes a grasping or opposable thumb, very much like we have, right? That has an added benefit when we're talking about living life in the trees and also being able to harvest fruits. It's a great trait to have if you don't want to plummet to your death as you leap from tree to tree. We've had a shift from smell to sight. Now, if you felt your dog's nose, you know that their nose is often cold and wet. That is because of an organ they have right kind of in between their central incisors in the roof of the mouth, called the vomeronasal organ. And that is an additional scent organ. It's why dogs are able to follow scent so well. Well, primates have lost this. Most of our brains are devoted to being able to see things instead. And so specifically, we are able to see in 3 dimensions. We are also able to see in color. We've had a shift from nose to hand. We lost our claws, we got fingernails, and we developed fingerprints, which gives us more surface area for nerve connections. We've got an increasing brain complexity that helps us map our fruit. We've got a prolonged period of parental investment. We nurse our babies for a very long time. That gives them the time to both grow in body size, but also to develop the behaviors that they need to be able to harvest fruit. We've got a large degree of sociality because fruit is what we would call patchily distributed. It occurs in kind of groves or patches, and having social groups allows you to effectively defend those patches of fruit. So I'm just going to introduce you to a few of my friends. The simplest primates are prosimians. These include lemurs. They also include nocturnal lorises, tarsiers, and bush babies. And so from left to right on the top, we've got the eye. Folklore says the eye is a demon. They've got a long 4th finger that enables them to get bugs, insect larvae out of dead limbs. We've got the red-ruffed lemur in the middle, and blocked by my face there, we've got our greater bamboo lemur. On the bottom, we've got a bucket of galagos, or bush babies. We've got tarsiers in the middle with suction pads on their toes and really big eyes. And then we've got zabufu, right? We've got the shafaka in the bottom right. In places where lemurs didn't have competition, so basically the island of Madagascar, they were able to stay alive during the day. So they've got many of the characteristics that other diurnal monkeys have. In places where there was competition, though, from full-fledged monkeys, they've secondarily adapted to be nocturnal, and they've got, as a result, these eyes that really kind of bulge out of their foreheads, right? These big eyes that allow a lot of light in. New World primates are those that are found in South America, South and Central America, and these include, from left to right, we've got the red-faced uakari. Next to him, we've got the emperor tamarin. Here behind my video, we've got the capuchin monkey, like what Ross had in Friends. We've got a squirrel monkey. In the second row, we've got a howler monkey here that has a big throat sac that they're able to really inflate. We've got a golden lion tamarin, a different capuchin monkey, and an owl monkey. The owl monkeys are nocturnal, so they also have those big bulging eyes. In the old world, so New World monkeys, those in South America, have prehensile tails. They're able to grasp on with their tails and use them as another limb. In the old world, though, they don't have prehensile tails. And so if you look here in the top left corner, we've got this black and white colobus monkey with a really, really long tail, but he doesn't have that muscle control. That tail is not used for grasping. So New World monkeys instead have something called ischiocolossetes, which are kind of like butt pads that allows them to perch like these vervet monkeys are here on rocky or hard surfaces without having their butts go to sleep. So from left to right again, we've got a black and white colobus monkey. We've got our golden monkey from China. We have vervet monkeys on the top and the red-faced Japanese macaque on the bottom there. We've got a colorful-faced mandrill, which is a type of baboon over here on the right. Bottom row, we've got macaca nigra, this black macaque. This is the selfie monkey that was involved in some court cases relatively recently. We've got a proboscis monkey here in the middle with a long nose and very prominent sexual anatomy. And then we've got a gray langur over here on the bottom right. That brings us then to apes. Apes, like monkeys, further elaborate these suite of characteristics. They've got larger body size. They have even larger brains and greater intellectual capacity, cognitive capacity. One way to tell apes apart from monkeys is that they have no tail. Apes are tailless. So if I ever find you at the zoo looking at an animal with no tail and saying, oh, look at the monkey, I'm gonna, I don't know, judge you harshly. Another feature though for apes is that among monkeys, their arms and legs are the same length. For apes, their arms are much, much longer, so they have a more upright posture. So this is a collection of gibbons. On the left, we've got the agile gibbon. On the right, we've got the northern white-cheeked gibbon. Bottom left, we've got the Moloch gibbon. There are fewer than 1,000 of these left in the wild. And then bottom right, we've got the siamangs. We have siamangs at our zoo, and again, they have this throat pouch they're able to inflate to make their calls go across great distances. We've got, as great apes go, great apes have larger body size than the lesser apes, the gibbons and siamangs. We've got two different species of orangutan. We've got on the left the Sumatran orangutan, and on the right we've got the Bornean orangutan. Orangutans are generally pretty solitary. The males are massive, they're huge. These are both females with their nursing infants, and this is the social context that you would find most often in the wild. In Africa, we've got several different types of gorillas. On the left, we have a Western lowland gorilla. On the right, we have a female mountain gorilla. These different gorillas are a species that's a really good demonstration of what we call body size sexual dimorphism. And so if you notice the male gorilla on the left, he's about 6 feet tall, weighs probably about 400 pounds, and develops a distinct coloration that we call silverback, where his back literally looks silver. Female gorillas, by contrast, are only about 150, 200 pounds. So their size is a lot smaller. And then lastly, we've got chimpanzees also found throughout Africa. We've got two species of chimpanzee. We've got the common chimpanzee on the left, Pan troglodytes. These chimpanzees have been known to basically engage in warfare. They patrol the boundaries of their territories, and they will even go on to like raids into neighboring groups and slaughter the males particularly. They will competitively fight very violently over prized resources like nut groves. And then on the right, we have the bonobo. The bonobo takes a very different approach to life. Bonobos engage in a lot of mating behavior, and they do so in both opposite sex and same-sex partnerships. And so as a result, they are very tightly bonded. They're very good, let's say, friends with one another, and they operate under the adage of make love, not war. So I know this was really brief. I hope, though, that this has given you a good idea as to the different kinds of animals, different kinds of species that we find within our broad order of primates. Thank you.